A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. Los Angeles is currently witnessing a significant surge in protests following recent immigration and customs enforcement (ICE) raids that have sparked outrage among local communities. Over the weekend, demonstrations erupted across several neighborhoods, particularly in areas with large Latino populations, leading to confrontations with law enforcement and calls for federal intervention. The situation escalated dramatically on Saturday when ICE conducted a raid in Paramount, a city south of Los Angeles, resulting in the arrest of numerous individuals. This sparked immediate protests in Compton, where demonstrators set a car ablaze and clashed with federal officers. The scenes were chaotic, with protesters launching fireworks at law enforcement and officers responding with pepper balls and rubber bullets to disperse the crowds. In response to the escalating violence, the Los Angeles Police Department declared an unlawful assembly on Saturday night, urging protesters to leave the area. As tensions mounted, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced the deployment of additional California Highway Patrol units to maintain order on local highways. Newsom criticized the federal government's actions, stating that the chaos was a deliberate tactic to justify an escalation of force. He labeled the deployment of National Guard troops as purposefully inflammatory and detrimental to public trust. President Trump, however, took to social media to threaten further federal intervention, stating that if local leaders could not manage the situation, the federal government would step in to restore order. The White House later confirmed the deployment of 2,000 National Guard troops to Los Angeles, citing a need to address the lawlessness that has emerged during these protests. Trump's administration has emphasized a zero-tolerance policy toward violence, particularly against law enforcement officers. As protests continued, demonstrators rallied outside a federal detention center, chanting for the release of those arrested during the ICE operations. The protests have drawn attention to broader issues surrounding immigration enforcement and community safety, as demonstrators argue that the federal government's actions are exacerbating tensions and fear within immigrant communities. Reports indicate that ICE's recent operations resulted in the arrest of 118 immigrants, with many community members expressing outrage over the perceived targeting of vulnerable populations. As the situation develops, both local and federal leaders are grappling with the implications of these protests, the role of law enforcement, and the ongoing debate over immigration policy in the United States. The unrest in Los Angeles serves as a flashpoint for larger national discussions about immigration, public safety, and the relationship between state and federal authorities. With the deployment of National Guard troops and the potential for further escalation, the coming days will be critical in determining the trajectory of this conflict and its impact on the community. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.